Lordstown Motors is going public via a reverse merger with the special purpose acquisition company Diamond Peak Holdings. What is happening, investors? It is your boy Jack. I am not a financial advisor. I got the hoodie to prove it, and I am excited yet again today. So yesterday we made a video and we briefly spoke about the fact that Lordstown Motors is indeed going to be going public, and we mainly focus on how that is going to positively affect Workhorse. And judging by yesterday's run up of over 20%, you can see that investors did like this news. But today I actually want to do a deep dive into Lordstown Motors and whether or not it is a good investment. Now, ever since I started looking into Workhorse properly, I have always been staying up to date with Lordstown, so I am happy to say I have a decent understanding of the company before this even happened. But if you follow this channel, you know me and you know I love a good investor's presentation, and yesterday Lordstown Motors released theirs. So that is where we're going to spend the bulk of today's video, is looking into the details and trying to decipher whether or not this is actually going to be a good investment, if it's for you or if you should stay away. But you guys know on this channel, we love electric vehicles, we really love Workhorse, and hopefully we're going to love Lordstown Motors. So I am super excited for this one. Right before we get into it, can I please ask you to smash a like on this video, as it genuinely helps me and the channel out so much. I really do appreciate you guys for doing that for me. If you're new around here, hit that juicy red subscribe button. Join the family. We're less than 1,000 subs away from 20,000. And when we get there, this beautiful merchandise is hitting the online stores, and you too can show the world you are not a financial advisor. And please drop me a comment down below. Let me know what you think of the company, if you plan on getting involved, or if you have any more interesting information you would like to add to today's conversation. I always love interacting with you guys in the comment section. With all that being said, oh baby, let's get into the video. But in case you have no idea what's going on, okay, Lordstown Motors Corp to list on NASDAQ through a merger with Diamond Peak Holdings Corp. Lordstown has entered into a definitive merger agreement with Diamond Peak Holdings Corp, okay? Upon closing, the combined company will remain listed on the NASDAQ under the new ticker symbol RIDE, RIDE. As of right now, it is at DPHC, and we can see that yesterday after this was announced, the stock's value went up 21%, and pre-market, as of recording this video, it's actually up over 5.5%. So investors clearly are liking the look of this, and I don't blame them. I also want to show you guys what happened with Workhorse, okay? They went up over 23.5%. In the after hours trading, they were up over $20 at one stage, okay? Since then, they've lost maybe 1% pre-market. I do believe that anything could happen today, in all honesty. After a big 23% move, anything can happen. We'll just have to wait and see. Now, if you don't know why this is so important in regards to Workhorse as well, Workhorse retains a 2-year non-dilutable 10% equity stake in Lordstown Motors in exchange for the license of technology, which is this electric pickup truck, which we will speak about in depth today. And Workhorse will also receive a royalty fee for each electric pickup truck delivered by Lordstown. So obviously, Lordstown going public is also a great thing for Workhorse. And as well, it goes further than that. Steve Burns, the CEO of Lordstown Motors, okay, was the co-founder and former CEO of Workhorse Group. He essentially left them to go find Lordstown Motors. But we're getting a little bit ahead of ourselves. So we understand that this merger is most definitely happening. It's expected to be the last quarter of this year, and we can see that people are clearly very excited just from looking at either DPHC or at Workhorse. Now, let's get to the investor presentation. You know we love these. So first of all, and extremely importantly, the transaction summary, particularly the transaction highlights, okay? So the offering size. Diamond Peak is a publicly listed special purpose acquisition company with $280 million in cash, pipe size of $500 million, okay, inclusive of $75 million to be invested by General Motors. General Motors is an important part of Lordstown Motors. Just keep that in mind as we go forwards. Their valuation, $965 million EV with a strong balance sheet. So they're valued at $965 million. As of right now, DPHC, Diamond Peak Holdings Corp, has a market cap of $433.65 million. And that implies an attractive valuation versus peer averages. And oh, I most certainly do agree. So capital structure. Lordstown will have $675 million of cash to fund operations and growth. And we will see later on, this should more than suffice. No additional capital requirements expected between now and going to market to achieve positive cash flow. They are in a beautiful position financially. Ownership, okay, 48% existing shareholders, 21% SPAC and founder shares, and 30% PIPE investors. Diamond Peak views Lordstown as a unique opportunity to invest in a revolutionary vehicle manufacturing platform with a proven management team, okay? In yesterday's video, we mentioned the fact that Diamond Peak had actually looked into over 100 companies before deciding on Lordstown Motors. So let's just set the scene a little bit, okay? A revolutionary vehicle for an underserved market. The value proposition to fleet operators. proprietary hub motor technology is unique in the market and provides a robust, safe and stable ride. Simple. 4 drivetrain parts, 1 in each wheel versus thousands for a comparable combustion engine model. That is big. Cost efficient. Lower cost versus pickups available today after factoring in fuel and maintenance savings for significantly improved total cost of ownership. This is one of the things we tend to see with EV vehicles, though. That is one of the selling points, is that not only are they good for the environment, they're also more efficient and save you money the longer you are using them. And it taps the underserved commercial fleet market. Competitor pickup models focused on hybrid or EV will be sold at premium price points and target a different customer base. And again, we'll get into this more later on. So here's some of their key strategic relationships. Particularly important in my opinion: General Motors, Workhorse and Holman Enterprises. And then some of their pre-order customers down here. They do already have 27,000 plus pre-orders, people. Right now, Lordstown Motors has startup culture with the assets of an established manufacturer. So unique and efficient design, leveraging proven components and innovative technology to offer the first full-size electric pickup truck, the Endurance pickup truck, okay? The first mover in providing a full-size electric pickup truck. The first mover in actually getting these to the market, okay? About 5 times better mileage equivalent versus ICE pickup trucks. 65% lower maintenance costs versus similar size ICE pickup trucks. ICE just stands for internal combustion engine, your standard vehicle. A world-class executive team, we will get into this more later on, but 180 plus years electric and conventional OEM experience among the top 6 executives, just the top 6. 5 years spent by the CEO, Steve Barnes. I love this man. I really love this man, okay? Designing and integrating hub motors into production vehicles. And in 2012, Lordstown Chief of Production and Director of Propulsion helped Tesla convert their Fremont facility. Wow! Particularly exciting considering the fact that they have this massive facility now from General Motors. And here we are, the Lordstown, Ohio complex, near production ready, 6.2 million square foot, an estimated $3 billion plant replacement cost. This can produce up to 600,000 vehicles annually. This is a startup company and they have that much production ready to go. They have a drivable prototype. They've completed 5-star virtual crash testing, and they have a direct sales model, somewhat similar to what Tesla do, which has proven to be very good for Tesla. Some key investment highlights: if you've watched some of my other videos in regards to EV, you'll know a lot of this already, but secular tailwinds for both EVs and trucks. About 60% of vehicles sold estimated to be fully electric by 2040 versus about 2% today. I believe it's expected to be about 35% by 2030, don't quote me on that, and closer to 100% by 2050. There's a profitable target segment in an attractive market, as we just made quite clear. Unique, efficient, purpose-built design. Again, we know that now. Strategic relationships with key industry leaders, okay? $75 million strategic investment from GM as part of PIPE. Strategic relationship agreed with Elaith, Goodyear, Holman, Samsung and Workhorse, and it's a candidate for the DOE, ATVM loan and government grants. We'll see a little bit more about that later on again. There's a clear path to be the first to the market, and they have a world-class proven automotive executive team. That's just some of the highlights to understand about this company. EVs projected to grow at a compound annual growth rate of about 30 to 35% all the way up until 2030. And if you know me in regards to EV, okay, I'm investing in a few different EV companies. I want to get involved in the biggest or even second biggest player in each subsector of EV. Workhorse, your last mile deliveries, okay? Looking into Lordstown for their pickup trucks, obviously. We've the likes of Hillion for their Class 8 vehicles. They all have different subsectors in the market as well. So, profitable target segment in an attractive market, okay? So they're obviously targeting the fleet market, we've established this. Focused on electric light duty trucks. Highly price competitive, and I mean very highly price competitive. There's about $1.4 billion of existing pre-orders, people. This was before the company even went public, okay? And the potential to enter the SUV market over time. So there's about a 27% TCO reduction, total cost of ownership reduction versus similar internal combustion engine pickup trucks. Which vehicle would you be more interested in? This one, which is literally better in every single way, or this one? I personally would rather this one. I can have an electric vehicle and save over $19,000 over the span of 5 years. Yes, please. Now, unique, efficient, purpose-built design, okay? Endurance's innovative technology integration. Hub motors provide a unique competitive edge. These hub motors are spoken about a lot by Lordstown Motors. So there's no drivetrain components, regenerative braking in every wheel, differentiated traction and performance, high maneuverability for cities and construction sites, designed for LMC pickup duty cycle, improved efficiency for work truck speeds, very important, repeated 100G impact tests with no issues, more than 620,000 miles bench and vehicle testing, more than 180,000 miles fatigue and accelerated loads, technology licensed by LMC for Melaffa, production by LMC planned, building on 5 years of hub motor experience. Nobody else has this. Nobody. So engineering design highlights, okay? Skateboard chassis design, GM components, airbags, seat structures, switches and locks, steering wheel and HVAC. Proven parts and technology will help Lordstown get to market faster and at a lower cost. It is a race to get these vehicles to the market before the competition, to get your name out there first. The body and frame design based on proven pickup truck chassis has been refined over multiple generations. The battery pack produced in-house using cylindrical cells offers a range of 250 miles per charge and a 10-year lifespan target. This is fantastic range as well. That's over 400 kilometers, people. Now, a little bit more about the price, okay? Expected price for Lordstown, $45,000. Rivian, $67,500. Tesla, just under $70,000. Nikola, I don't even want to think about Nikola. Ford, we are not sure of whatsoever, and General Motors about $70,000. But Lordstown, Rivian and Tesla should all be hitting the market around the same time. But with what we're seeing, it would not surprise me whatsoever if Lordstown are the first to get in there. Regulatory and government tailwinds for Lordstown Motors, okay? 14 states already have adopted California's zero-emission vehicle standards, requiring OEMs to sell EVs. Customers to receive a $7,500 tax credit for the first 200,000 trucks manufactured by LMC. Candidate to receive a $37.5 million grant from Jobs Ohio, and a candidate for a $250 million loan under the Federal Advanced Technology Vehicles Manufacturing Loan Program. Remember, we mentioned that briefly earlier. And Tim Ryan, a member of Congress, has said this: Lordstown Motors' proposal to convert the former GM assembly plant into a state-of-the-art electric vehicle manufacturing facility is an excellent example of why Congress created this particular loan program. Not only will this funding jumpstart our local economy now, but it will position Youngstown and the Mahone Valley as a leader in the economy of the future. So it's looking likely that they will be able to get that $250 million loan, which would only make them more powerful. So Lordstown and General Motors, a relationship structure to enable success. The Lordstown complex transferred in a near production ready state and capable of large annual production volume with only modest incremental investment. Transition services provided and critical environmental permits transferred to expedite LMC's restart of operations. Access to GM parts catalogue saves months in design timing and millions in certification costs. That is also absolutely massive. And GM plans to invest in the pipe and has the right to appoint an LMC board member. Fantastic relationship to have. So as of right now, they have a clear path to be the first to the market, okay? The cost to reconfigure the plant, as of right now, are only at about $120 million, which for the position that Lordstown is in, that's not bad whatsoever. It's already solar energy supported and it's already a fully equipped plant. And please don't forget, they have an estimated annual vehicle capacity of over 600,000 vehicles. They are not going to be producing more than that for a very, 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 very long time. So this is where the money will have to go just to, you know, get themselves ready for production. But it all adds up to about $120 million. That's all you really need to know. So this is what their path to entering the market actually looks like. So as of right now, equipment installation and testing and pre-production runs. That's what's happening at this moment in time. Full production by the start of 2021. And these are the vehicle production targets, okay? So by the end of 2021, 2,200. And then it goes up exponentially, very, very quickly over the years. They already have working prototypes. Again, very important. These guys want to be the first to the market. They've already received, as we've said, 27,000 orders with an average order size of about 300 trucks before the first vehicle has even been produced. Think about how many more orders could come in now that they're going public and before the second half of 2021. This number could be so much bigger, people. They already have enough pre-orders to get to at least the last quarter of 2022 as of right now in regards to their projections. So a little bit about the battery, obviously very, very important when we look at EV companies. So they're coming from Samsung. Cylindrical batteries are a tried and tested concept, okay? Uses 21,700 cell Samsung batteries, similar to that used by other mass market EV players. And they work on a similar system to Tesla's Model 3, okay? And the Lordstown team has experience implementing similar battery technology, which we've already seen through Steve Burns. Technicals superiority, designed to last 1,000 charge cycles with each charge off in about 250 miles. Offering total battery capacity of 109 kilowatts per hour for the base version. I'm speaking really quickly, sorry. Offers strong modularity based on a double deck skateboard. Protected by reinforced frame and body and includes liquid cooling in combination with HVAC to drive efficiencies further. Overall, battery looks very good. You know, it's not anything super special, but it is very good. It's of the standard it needs to be. So, their world-class team. I do advise you to go read through all of this. Obviously, I won't because that can get a little bit boring, but Steve Burns, first of all, okay? Really important man in this team, okay? 35 plus years of experience. He is the CEO and he was the co-founder and former CEO of Workhorse. I of course have watched interviews with this man, promotional videos with this man in them. I really do like the look of him, and he's been in the industry a long time. He's a very smart man. Their COO and every one of the other top executives all have more than 30 years experience, except for this man who has a brief 25. Again, he was in Workhorse as well. And look at the names that these people were in: Tesla, Toyota, General Motors, Tesla, Workhorse, etc. Some absolutely immense management right here, people. I love this management team. The chief production officer, again, we briefly mentioned him earlier, but the leading force behind the design, conversion and improvement of over 12 automotive plants, including Tesla's facility in Fremont. And then we have John Vo, the director of propulsion, served as Tesla's head of global manufacturing from 2011 to 2017 before leaving to start his own company focused on powertrain development. And Julio Rodriguez, okay, the chief financial officer. Already he's done a fantastic job, okay? I don't even know what purpose this guy is going to serve for a little while now. They're in a very good position. But the coordinator of multiple successful capital raises, financing the development and production of EVs for commercial fleet operators. Genuinely, guys, beautiful looking management team. Like one of the best I have ever seen in any of these EV companies. Now, let's get to the finances. Let's get to the money. Capital raise proceeds expected to be sufficient to achieve cash flow positive. That is genuinely amazing for a company as young as Lordstown Motors at the stage of life they are at right now. I mean, they're not going to be selling vehicles for a year or so. So where are the cash proceeds going to go? About 135 million capital expenditures. Plant retooling of 120 million that we went through. BOM retooling of 50 million to gear up for production. 90 million in R&D, okay? Product development, validation and certification. All very important, all things you need a lot of money for. 130 million in operating and G&A expenses. Hiring of highly skilled workforce to build the endurance. And again, having the money to do this, to expand your already fantastic team, very important, and very important to get to the market quickly. And then 320 million, okay, of cash for contingencies and additional growth opportunities. 320 million, guys, for a company like this. That is a lot of cash to be sitting on, let's put it that way. So the financial overview, okay, here's a summary of financials, but first of all, to look at the commentary. No additional capital required expected between PIPE and going to market achieving positive cash flow. Reflects a market share of about 3.5% by 2024. Really, guys, I do think that's being modest. I genuinely do, and I do think it's very achievable. So whatever numbers we are to see now, I do think could be very accurate and could potentially be even better than expected. But let's remember that these people are a lot smarter than me, so this probably is quite accurate. Lordstown's first mover advantage in innovative technology drives high margins, low capital intensity driven by existing Lordstown plant and use of off-the-shelf parts and technologies. Current plan assumes no new products, and there is significant upside with introduction of additional new identified products. And to me, guys, they could well have the capacity and the cash to introduce new products relatively soon in the next year or two. But again, that's just complete another speculation. We'll have to wait and see. So 2020 we don't really care about. 2021 we've already seen the total units sold numbers, okay? So this is when we begin to sell units the second half of 2021. If we look at the revenue growth first of all, okay, this will obviously be the first year making money, so no growth, okay? 2022 1300+% revenue growth. The next year 105%, and the next year 66%. Gross profit is expected to happen as early as 2022. Considering they're not going to have physical products until the latter half of 2021, this is good. I'm happy with this. And if by 2024 we are genuinely seeing $1 billion of gross profit, that will be absolutely insane for the share's price. And do notice that the margin grows very quickly every year as well. So the unit cost breakdown, okay, their BOM, bill of materials, a 12% decrease projected in BOM over 4 years, largely due to the fact that we expect battery prices to become cheaper as time goes on. Now honestly, guys, that to me is the very important information that you need to know in regards to this company. And I, for one, as you could probably tell, am extremely excited about this company. Now, as I always like to say when we speak about these EV companies, okay, it's a startup. everything does look shiny, everything looks really nice, but there is a lot of risk associated, you know. If things don't go to plan, if unforeseen circumstances happen, it's not going to be good. It's that simple. EV companies in general are relatively high risk, okay, just because of the nature of them, because of how new they are in general. So in regards to actually investing in this company, I will tell you all right now that I did go ahead yesterday and pick up 30 shares, a small position, and I bought at 11.85, so not really anything happened after I bought yesterday. We are up another nearly 5% pre-market as of right now. So I opened a small position, okay, because I wanted to see how people were going to react over the next couple of days. I do intend to more than likely double down. The way I see it right now, okay, market cap of 433.65 million. We've seen just how much cash these guys have on hand. We've seen the projections. We see what could happen in a matter of a few years. The merger is expected to happen the last quarter of this year, and we've seen what happens when these mergers go through. Oftentimes it does shoot the price up. I do personally feel like investing right now is quite low risk, okay? If you are to lose money, more than likely it's not going to be much more than 15-20%. Now again, this does not mean that you should invest, okay? I could be completely wrong. You could lose 100%. Anything can happen in this world, okay? Again, please never invest off the back of me doing so or me making a video, and I genuinely mean this from the bottom of my heart. Please always do your own due diligence and form your own opinions. It's all fun and games like yesterday when Workhorse stock goes up, but what are you going to do if there's a pullback and you don't really understand the company? You all love it when a stock goes up, but how are you going to handle it when a stock goes down? Investing in Lordstown Motors, investing in Diamond Peak Holdings Corp, more than likely, you know, we're going to see a bumpy few days. Anything could happen. It could fly up, it could fly down. Literally anything can happen. And I don't expect a lot to happen for a good few months after that. This isn't going to be a nickel. You're not going to make 400% in a week. Until the last quarter of this year, we're not going to see much major price action, more than likely after this week, maybe next week. And again, this is all just my thoughts and my projections, but yeah, that's what I do on this channel, I suppose. So simply put, I did invest. I do plan on investing 2 to 3 times more than what I did already, but it might not happen. I could just sit on my 30 shares. Who knows? I could go up to 60, 90, 100. It all depends on what happens next. But guys, there we have it. Very, very exciting company. I will, of course, keep you guys up to date with any new news that does come out in regards to them. But oh baby, I personally am very excited. If you have watched until the end of this video, you, my friend, are a true legend, and I genuinely appreciate you so much from the bottom of my heart. I find it absolutely insane, incredibly difficult to fathom that we are going to hit 20,000 subs in a matter of days at this stage. That is insane to be able to say. I mean, when we started out on this journey, I did not think something like this would happen so soon. So again, I know I say it at the end of every video, but from the bottom of my heart, I really do appreciate you and your support so much more than I know how to describe. If you did enjoy the video and you got some value and entertainment out of it, please do help me out by hitting that like button. Subscribe if you're new around here, join the family, people, and drop me a comment. I love interacting with you guys in the comment section. And genuinely guys, I just hope you all have an absolutely fantastic day. I actually have another video coming out later on in a few hours, so stick around for that. I will see you then. Peace.